Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning. This is a good morning. This is a good morning. So let's jump into this topic. Part one, the elders and the future, the youth. Watch me. They watch me. So help me dive in to this topic of the elders and the youth, the future that watch me, which is really, really important for me. This is really, really important for me, right? And I hope that you can participate into the poll that I have there. Are you an example of your community, your family, society, anyone that you are encountering with each and every day, or just people in general? Are you that example? Press yes. And if you're not, press no. And if you press no, be honest. Come on, we have to be honest. If you're not an example, that doesn't mean that it's bad. That means that you have to work on it. You have to work on being an example for the elders, for the future, parentheses, youth, for your communities, your loved ones, society, and the universe. Yes. So I don't want you to feel bad like it's something that's bad, because it's not bad. That means that you need to work on it, being an example. First and foremost, for yourself. For yourself. You have to be an example for yourself. You have to understand and know that you are that example, that you are that one, that you are that male, and you are that female. Yes, you must say that constantly inside your mind and soul and body. It's an actual fact. Why the reason why I said this topic? Because this topic is really, really important. And the reason why it's really, really important and near dear to me, because I must be the example for myself. And by me being an example for myself, I'm being an example for those that's watching me. Whether on these major platforms or out in society, I must carry and conduct myself as a leader, a spiritual leader, a spiritual informer. So I inform those that cannot be formed by unraveling things that is confusing towards them. This is an actual true fact. I have children that's watching me, children that's 8, 9, 10, and so on, probably even younger. So I have to be on my best behavior as a leader, as an inspirer, as an interpreter, because the things that I say is not on my own account. I've been inspired to say these things, right? I've been inspired to unravel darkness that's upon our life, which was placed by falsehood, which I need to bring the truth based on spirituality, based on scriptures, and ultimately based on the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. This is an actually true fact. So I need for us to understand that. I just cannot be acting other than myself. I cannot be cursing, right? I cannot be using profanity. I cannot be using derogatory terminologies. I cannot sit up here on my platform, on any major platform, disrespecting able descendants, disrespecting anybody descendants. This is an actual fact. In civilization, I have to bring knowledge and truth and unravel certain things that we need as a people, as we keep going and fighting, trying to figure out things, to figure out the next meal, to figure out where can we uplift ourselves, and where we did wrong yesterday and make it right today. That's an actual fact. If the Creator, the Almighty, permit us to fix it for today. This is an actual fact. So I have to be what? I have to be that example. I have to be that leader, right? I have to be that leader, because the elders in the future, right, parentheses, youth, are watching me. are watching me, out in the street because I be outside. I just don't be behind these cameras. I be outside. So I encounter people. People ask me questions, and they look at me, study me to see if I'm that person that I said that I am. Yes, and I am that person. And you could come up and talk to me if you need advice, if you need anything, right, that can help your life at that moment. Feel free. If I have the answer, I'm going to give you the answer. But if I don't have the answer, you know what I do? You know what I do? I will go find it. You know? So I need for us to understand that. So we must be on our best behavior on our platforms. My platform is not for entertainment. It's for enlightenment. It's for truth. It's for knowledge. It's for wisdom. It's from experience. Because the elders are watching me. See, the elders here, right? The elders here are watching me to see if I'm truthful, to see in the things that I'm saying, right? To see if I can be that example for their grandson, their granddaughter, you know? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Bernard Davis said, when will black men stop talking all this righteous blank and take back what's rightfully theirs? First and foremost, I'm going to answer this question. We don't do that on these platforms, curse or use profanity, because we have children here that's watching us. That's first and foremost. All right? I'm going to answer your question, and I will appreciate that these certain things and certain words, right, and profanity be left out of our conversation, because the youth and elders are watching us. We don't curse, we don't smoke, and we don't drink. We don't advocate violence upon this platform. So I'm going to answer your question, right? First and foremost, right, the Creator, it's our responsibility as men and women that was created from Him, is to do what? Is to gather up our thoughts and to gather up our what? Our spiritual senses, and to do what? And to physically, mentally, spiritually get in tune with one another. Nothing is going to happen if we don't know who we are. If we don't know who we are, nothing is going to happen. That's first and foremost. If you do not recognize that you are Him and He is you, and fulfill your oath and fulfill your duty as able descendants, nothing will get fixed. It don't have anything to do with religion or anything to do with spirituality. It has something to do with your mindset of an up to God right one. That's number first and foremost. First and foremost, there's things inside our civilization that we need to fix as a civilization. First and foremost, the things that we are learning about who we are. Like, for example, you said right here, right? This is a big mistake right here, right? When will the black man, that's first and foremost, that word black, it curses us and put us in a state of darkness. We are not black. We are not Moors. We are not African American. These are not our titles. You see, once we start to unravel and uncover these certain things that spiritually, that is locked upon us, and uplift this stuff and do away with it and give it back to the co-creators, right, that co-created it and placed us upon us in our community, this is where we can get things fixed and we can get things done. This is where we can get things fixed and we can get things done as a civilization, as able descendants. We must find and know the truth on who we are. Until then, we would keep going through chaos and confusion, keep spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block. Because, why? Because physically, mentally, spiritually, right? It's not a curse upon us. There's no curse upon able descendants. There's no curse. No curse. It's just that the opposition, the op of us, keeps spending money to oppress and depress us. Physically, that to keep us down, to keep us dumb, deaf, and blind, to keep us like this. And drinking and everything else that we figured that we can get to the next thing in life. And all it's doing is cutting us short. There's some things that we have to fix. There's some things that we have to pay attention to. And how we pay attention to is on this major platform right here, which is the best platform right now on YouTube. This is an actual fact that's coming with spiritual knowledge, that's coming with facts. I wasn't even talking about religion. I was talking about being an example for elders, being an example for the future. The future, right, which is placed by these YNs and placed by these shooters and everything else and demons that they call themselves. They are the future. We have to eliminate these names and these titles that they put upon us. There's so many things that we must do as men to focus on our civilization. There's so many people in able land, meaning in America. This is able land. We have to deal with that. We have to deal with the food. We have to deal with our children. We have to deal with our op. We have to deal with so many things. Okay? And if it's just only one of us, we can make a difference. One can make a difference. One can make a difference, which could be a domino effect to all of able descendants. It's not just men. You see, that's the mistake. It's not just men that you say, the so-called black men. We are called the up that got right one. It's not just men responsibility. It's men and women, which is able descendants, have the responsibility to uplift us and to get us to the next stage in life. And until then, we are going to be hit with turmoil and confusion. We've been free. We never were slaves. Do you understand that? As long as we get this concept out of our mind, body, and soul, that we was in slaves and shackles, that's being spread amongst us, which keep us in oppressed and depressed states, in confusion and traumas and everything else, in anxiety, being a slave that's passed down from generations, which is confusion. We have to knock all of this garbage out and rebuild and struck again. And we have to add in the Almighty. This is an actually true fact. We have to rid ourselves of all of this. Like, first and foremost, to say that we come from Africa. We are not African. We've been over here to civilization. And you see that nobody talks about this civilization. This was the most greatest civilization that man has to offer over here in America, the West. But they don't talk about that. You understand what I'm saying? Because our history and our civilization of understanding knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and defining our squares and defining our circle has been what? Replaced by falsehood and darkness, everything else. By keeping their foot on able descendants so you can rise up again spiritually. But I'm here to take on the fight. I'm here to take on the task. That's why I'm only the interpreter of what we have to bring forth. And yes, Islam is the realest ways of life in this world. This is the closest to our civilization of the straight path, because the straight path came from us first, being that we are the first human being, right, in creation, us. Over here in the West is not Africa. Africa is the second coming of of man's civilization. We are the first that's over here. Once we get all of these teachings and all of these books that was passed upon us, that will keep you in in a hostile manner way, in a slave mentality, if you want to say, in the chain and the boulders and the darkness upon our mind, we will always be in the state. We got to rewrite history. We got to rewrite this. And it starts from the youth. It starts from 5 years old all the way up. And those that's watching may gain the knowledge, and that's the elders, and that's the youth, right? The future, which bridges the gap between this life and the next. They have the recipe. They have the mathematics, supreme mathematics. They have the intelligence. They have the brains. They have the intellect to get us there and to get themselves there. This is actually true fact. We got to understand who is the real op. Once we understand the real op, and then after that, we take it from there. Once we take it from there, then we can lead a force. But we have to destroy what it started from, and it started from spiritual. It didn't start physical. It started from spiritual first, which is belief. This is without religion. These ways of life, like Muslim, Jews, and Christians and everything else, came later on, the second coming up on mankind. But we know and understand that we didn't have a religion. We had a way of life, and the way of life is the belief in the Alpha Omega Supreme Being. It's an actual true fact. This was the first way of life, of worshiping him and having everything in existence bow down to us. Everything in existence is supposed to contribute to us, and then we contribute to the universe in the Alpha Omega. That's how that works. Everything in existence is what? It's supposed to cater to mankind. Do you understand that? It's supposed to cater to mankind, meaning able descendants. They're supposed to add into us. Because we have the ability to touch them and telepathically to communicate with them. Yes, we do. This is able descendants. That's why we have to eradicate certain things. Education, knowledge, wisdom, understanding have been stomped on with falsehood. This is how we eliminate these things. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world, this is an actual fact. So the question is, how can we take back something that's ours physically? Well, first and foremost, you have to come at it as on a spiritual level. Everything is on a spiritual level. Once you eliminate the spirituality, the connection of our belief in the worship of the Alpha Omega, and replace it with force and everything else, then it's going to be a domino effect upon those civilizations that you are trying to conquer. This is an actual true fact. You have to break the connection, break the chain. But remember, the chain will always be mended. To ask true fact. So I must be on my best behavior in educating and being the interpreter and being an example for the elders and for the future, which parentheses youth. This is an actually true fact. So this is the truth, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have an amazing, amazing day. And this is part 1. Peace, y'all. Peace.